I think that's cool. I think just having a website that has all of the things that I enjoy and that like motivate me and that like I see, that could be all on one landing site. Yeah, I would love to do that. I kind of started looking at doing like my own business and getting into entrepreneurship a little while ago. I am a former Olympian, so I played sports and sports is my profession. So my passion was always kind of like motivating people and like going after their dreams, stuff like that. I had a really long path getting to the Olympics, so that was always my messaging of like just never giving up.
What did you do in the Olympics?
I played basketball.
Basketball. Wow, cool. So do you want to kind of lay out the all the elements, your preferences, your non-negotiables, things that you want in your best case scenario if you were to just be able to write it down on a sheet of paper and then hand it in and that would happen?
When I was kind of thinking about it, I'm just like, I love motivation. I love goal setting. I love all those different things, whether it be in a sports context or maybe it could be in something else. I don't know. I love the idea. I love books. So I love the idea of maybe like creating ebooks or something like that, maybe audiobooks or something like that, something that I could do one time and create passive income from with my knowledge. And I know that I can maybe sell those on Amazon, or I know there's like Audible or something like that I can sell that stuff on. But I want a specific brand all the way across. So maybe I even thought about maybe having some sort of videos up on YouTube, and it doesn't necessarily have to be me in front of the camera like this, but maybe it's motivational videos that come across with a certain brand that can direct to my ebooks or to my books. A website, maybe it has like a blog of some sort, maybe there is a course of something. I like things that I can just do one time and then it could create passive income. Yes, something that's automated. So if I can do all of the work up front and then continuously try to get that income from it, I think that would be like ideal for me.
Awesome. Yeah, you and I could totally nerd out because we're in the same bubble.
Okay.
I also just love that kind of stuff, like creating online courses and creating, ebooks and audios and things of that nature. But there are a lot of different options that a lot of people also don't think of. And I really like this concept of doing it behind the scenes when you've already done it, with you as the front runner, because I feel like a lot of people, they say they don't want to be in front of the camera because there's some block there, like some mental block, some spiritual block, some emotional block, whatever that is. But you've already done it, so you already know that you're doing this for scalability. You're doing this for a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
And so I feel like, again, like I said, when I got your message, I realized, wow, this person has a lot of clarity and has probably gone through a lot already and been successful in a lot of different ways, which is showing to be true here. So from my perspective, it seems for you it's really just about choosing the modality or the strategy or the business model that really resonates with you. That's something that you are going to want to wake up early, those hours when you're not normally supposed to be working. You're going to put it in the work because you enjoy it so much. You're like, this is this is revitalizing. This gives me energy. It doesn't take energy from me. And so we could just kind of bounce ideas off of each other for different business models and revenue models that work for you. Cool. Yeah. And then at the same time, just, keeping your finger on the pulse of the day-to-day activities of what that really looks like. Because I've done this before where I've started a business and I ended up like putting myself into a customer service role. And I thought to myself, wow, I thought that I wanted this business. But then when I got into the business, I realized that it was the day-to-days activities were not the same as what I expected when I was thinking of the end result of this big completed goal, right? Chunking it down, realizing what the day-to-day looks like. One thing that really came to mind, which is an option, or at least one of the pieces under the umbrella of what you're doing, is having a site where you put all motivational content and then you're basically running ads once you get a certain quantity of visitors per day, right? So just all the best motivational videos all over the internet, and just going to one place for all of that. And of course, you can also have that on YouTube where you're just creating systems, whether it's hiring a VA, from another country, something like that, to just find all these videos, to compile a giant spreadsheet, to put it on something like Hootsuite and automate it. So you could have a
Mm.
YouTube channel where you have a VA for $5 an hour, find you 365 videos, and then you can take those 365 videos and you can post one a day. Or if you want to make it really unique, you can have a video editor, like cut some stuff together, and basically proliferate that content throughout the
Yeah.
internet, have a website. And I really feel strongly about the website for you, whatever that ends up looking like, because you can geek out on whatever is interesting to you at the time, as long as you have the one main thing that people are coming back for, right? So what would you, if you're your own target demographic, what would you spend the most time on a website that is not YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter doing, right? So let's say you have this giant feed of all these amazing videos, and over time, it's not just a bunch of amazing motivational videos, but maybe it's categorized. Maybe you have a bunch of tags, and it's to the point where you have all these different kinds of videos, based on, one's like motivation, one's on like, not giving up, one's on focus, one's on dealing with loss, whatever it is.
Mm.
But you just start by posting videos, right? Because
Mhm.
the idea to me is like, make it as simple as possible, as easy as
Yeah.
possible, the low hanging
Yeah.
fruit. Like, all
Yes.
this stuff. If you've been training, if you've been
Mhm.
in sports and you've been speaking and all this, you have that ingrained deep inside of you, I'm
For
imagining.
sure. Yeah.
And so it's really just like, if you were to have uh, all these videos, and then you were to start running ads to different people who would be wanting to get in front of your audience, once you build that audience, that is a revenue model for later, right? Because it's going to take a while, right? It's not like you'll be able to charge immediately. It might take a year, 2 years, but you set that goal. You say, okay, I want like 100,000 people visiting my page per month in 18 months or in 2 years. But then you can have shorter term income, like driving ads to a separate landing page where people opt in, kind of like you probably did for my platform. And you can offer things like ebooks, or one of my favorite things in the world. I wish I could pull it off the wall over here, but it's like a little $10 goal calendar. And it's a 13-week calendar. And it's just like week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And you write one thing on the week that you're going to accomplish every week.
Hmm.
And then you just move down. Like, I have all these
Cool.
other little cool tools that that I love, that are productivity tools. You could have little productivity courses. You could, find
Oh.
other people. Like, for instance, I create courses. Maybe you're like, I don't want to create a course, but I want to find someone who creates a course, and I want to put it on my website and just have all these different courses where I'm doing an affiliate program with them.
Okay.
And just trying that out too. And yes, I'm kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard and or whatever, and just seeing what sticks. But my intention to do that is, I have a feeling that, unlike a lot of people where I just want to keep it super simple, I feel like you can understand the difference of like, okay, here are the options. I need to look at the options and just kind of like decide which one I want to focus on, and
For
then
sure.
prioritize, like, this is my main thing that I'm going to focus 80% of my time on. But then there are all these other cool things that are going to go onto that site too. And these are all just ideas. I don't know you, and you know yourself better than anyone. So maybe after saying all that, I can shut up and listen, and you can tell me a little bit about how you're feeling about all of that.
No, that's great. I like the idea of having my own website and just trying to figure that stuff out. I would have to kind of figure out the technicalities of it all. Um, and then I like the idea of gaining a following, but then having sort of these affiliate stuff, like people that create courses that are great for my audience, that I can kind of have as a landing place for my site, and I can have some like affiliate marketing kind of going on there. Again, that takes me, but also I think I'll probably have my own course, of course, and do those kind of things. But I think having a variety of stuff there that I can do some sort of affiliate stuff with would be great. I do like I kind of like, my mind's kind of going on like a website and how it could kind of have its own little sections, and how I can create it, how it can be visually appealing, and how it could be simple enough for people to go through, but like, the the look of it will be appealing enough for people to want to come to and be
Hmm.
part of. So I don't know. Yeah, my mind's going now. So
Right. Cool. That's awesome. I have a challenge for you. The challenge would be to create a one-page plan. It's really a one-page vision. And the vision would look like this. You take the sheet of paper when it's done and you look at it and you say, I don't know if this is possible, but if somehow I can make this happen, I'm going to be the happiest person in the world, right? Like this is, if I can do this, that would be amazing. And maybe that's like a huge vision that has, 20 different moving parts, but then you're kind of understanding, okay, I'm going to start with this one, and then these things will kind of be on the side, and then later I'll do these things, and just kind of like prioritize it over time and
yeah,
importance. And if you can do that, I think that'll be huge. One thing that comes to mind that I think is important is a mentor of mine that does this exact thing, talks about that what a lot of people, including him, made the mistake of doing is you create a product. You spend all this time creating a product, right? Like, let's say you were to spend all this time creating an online course of you. And you're like, I'm going to create my course and then I'm going to put it out there into the world. And then I'm going to find people to come to my website to buy my course, right? That's how most people do it. But the problem with that is, one, you're spending all this time up front building something that you don't even know if people want, right? You haven't market tested it, anything like that. So instead, what he says is flip it on its head and you find the people you want to serve and ask them what they want,
cool.
right? And so it's like, okay, I really want to serve anyone who's into motivation, into sports, into empowering their lives, and maybe even in a more specific demographic than that, right? And then from there, you say these are the people that I really resonate, that are gonna love me when they see me, but then also I'm gonna not just ask them what they want and build it, because sometimes people don't know what they want until they see it, but also taking those courses and those products that you love and just basically being a catalyst or a repurposer of that content, and just saying, hey, if you love these things that I also love, productivity, motivation, improving your lives, then come to this website and I'm just going to find all this stuff all over the internet and put it on this site for you to go to. And then it's this one place where you can get all the cool stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I think that's cool. I think just finding, like, having a website that has all of the things that I enjoy and that like motivate me and that
Hmm.
like I see, that could be all on one landing site.
Yeah.
Like everything there, organize it in a really cool way, brand
Yeah.
it and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
then yeah, I would love to do that.
It's amazing. Yeah. Merch, everything.
Yeah.
Really cool. Do you have a timeline for this? Are you looking to like start immediately? Do you need some time for like an ideation phase, or like where are you at with execution?
Definitely need some time for an ideation stage.
Hmm.
It's just kind of figuring out how that will all kind of look,
Hmm.
where I will pull content from,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff first. Figure out what the brand would even look like what kind of, I mean, will I have a logo, like
Yeah.
colors? I don't know, like all those kind of things
Hmm.
I would have to think about. And my mind, I'm a creative, so like my mind goes. So
Hmm.
sometimes it's hard for me to just choose one thing and go. And I'm
Yes.
a
Got to do that.
perfectionist sometimes, so sometimes that holds me back from starting
Yeah.
things.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna have to really fight with that too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny that because in my mind I was going to ask, the next question was, do you know what your strengths and weaknesses are around getting something like this done? So that's super important
Yeah,
to know. But the beauty of the whole thing is there's a section that I teach from stage and in my programs and stuff, which talks about choosing the thing. And it seems like you don't have a problem like choosing the overall thing, but then within that, there might be a lot of moving parts. So you don't know where to start. And so I think that's something we could work through, but I love that you're so clear about like what you need to work on. And I think uh, when it comes to having too many ideas or not knowing where to start, it's just let that go for a second and just
yeah,
allow yourself to just see the big picture and always like connect with, this already, but connect with like how you feel and just focus on building the vision. And then that's a separate phase. It's like one of my favorite quotes is write drunk, edit sober. I don't drink, but I love the concept because it's like I imagine whoever maybe some writer was sitting down and came up with that quote, and maybe she was, got drunk and wrote something really amazing, and then when
Yeah.
she was sober, she was like, wait, let me edit that out, that's a little too much. But so
Yeah.
yeah, but you're on a great path, and I would love to stay in touch. So cool what you've done so far. Is there anything else that you feel like, do you feel really clear about what the next step is, and getting clear in that phase, or do you need a little more clarity?
How do you sort of start an ideology phase? Like, I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper. Probably right after we're done this call,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper. Like, where do you think that I should kind of start? Like, how, like, the process of it?
Yeah. The first thing I would do is create a big vision where it's like, this is what it looks like. And I think a mistake that people make when they create a big vision is they say, I'm living in a mansion and, I have all these fans, and like, that's an outcome, right?
Yeah.
But I'm more referring to like, what does your day to day look like in 2 years, 3 years, right? And it's like, okay, I wake up and I have 100,000 people every week, every month, every day, who knows, visiting my site. I have all these people and I have this website, and it feels so good to look at the website because everything's categorized so well with all these cool tools, productivity tools, software, ebooks, online courses, videos. The main page looks like this, and just really feel how that would feel, both the experience of the site, but also what you do. So it's like, okay, do you have a few employees, or do you have a few contractors in other countries? And it's like, I have a video editor and I have a VA, and my VA, it's like, if I have any idea, back in the day, it would be like, okay, put it on the long list of shit that I'm never going to do. Right. But now that I have a VA, it's like, I have an idea. I either tell the VA immediately and it gets done, or I put it in a list of priorities that's like, okay, this isn't too important, or this is super important. And I just give it to my VA and my VA completes it. So it might be good to say, okay, I wake up, this is what I want to do, this is what I don't want to do. There's no customer service, or there is customer service. And if so, someone's handling that. I don't do that. Maybe I'm running ads. I really want to learn that because that's like the actual engine of my business and people coming in. So I'm going to learn that. And just really getting clear on the big vision and the day to day. And then once you have that, then you can start working on like a 10,000 foot view of the strategy, which is basically reverse engineering. Say, okay, that's where I want to be. This is where I am. So I'm not going to go into deep detail about every single little strategy, marketing strategy, all that. I'm just going to say, cool, I want to build this site and I'm here. So at some point, there's going to be a website built. There's going to be like a super simple version of that website. And then there's going to be a fully completed version of that site, which might take a while. It might take a year, 2 years. It might always be built, growing and growing. But just reverse engineer it and just say, like, what do I need to get there? And just, put maybe 5 check marks and 6, 7, 8 check marks, 2 check marks, whatever it is, and just like label what those main things are so you have a general idea. But just, I would just remember to like be easy on yourself, have fun. And if at any point you're like, oh, this is starting to get, a little too stressful, or a little, I'm feeling discombobulated or whatever, then just back up and just be like, this is supposed to be fun. I'm doing this because I want to have fun. If it was all about money, I could just, go target really big organizations and go speak and make a lot of money.
Sure.
But, this is for passion. You could invest in the stock market, you can invest in real estate, but you want to do something that you love and you want to have the lifestyle and the time freedom. So it's just like always going against those preferences and those non-negotiables that you have, being really clear on what those are. It's like, okay, a non-negotiable of mine is that I don't want to be forced to get up and leave the house to go work somewhere. And so how can I integrate that into this vision I have, right? And there's a lot more there. I'm realizing that my conversation with you is not only longer than most of these, but also I'm spilling a lot more of the bigger picture because I have confidence that you can process all of that.
Yeah.
But I am starting to feel like, okay, at this point, really, let's just keep it simple still,
Yeah.
and say, build the vision, do the very best you can, ideate the process, which just looks like your day to day, what the website looks like, what your experience is, what your experience is, and who are you serving, and just kind of like, what does that look like? You could write it in story form. I wake up, this is what I do during the week. You could draw what the website looks like. You could include some of the products and services that you already like that could be on there, and so on and so forth. Cool.
That's cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So cool. I'm really stoked about this. Do you want to say that by next Sunday you have a one-page vision
Mhm.
written down
Yeah.
that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
Yeah.
just throw that on your calendar and say,
Okay.
next Sunday it's done, and just schedule some time in, or however you best, do
Cool.
your time management.
Mhm.
And feel free to reach back out,
I will.
and we'll chat soon.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks, Alisha. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot of value from it. And if you know someone who maybe needs their day brightened up, or someone who's just motivated and driven and wants to make a difference, or needs more advice, or whatever it is, I implore you to copy the link and send this to them. Shoot them a text or an email, or share this on the social media platform that you're on now. I'd really appreciate that. It would give me an opportunity to spread this message further and wider. And if I can help you more, then feel free to go to nathan.tv. That's nathen.tv. I have online courses, I have coaching opportunities, things of that nature, whether it be paid or free. I want to do whatever I can to help you live your best life. And additionally, if you want your own free consultation, I give them out from time to time, feel free to text me. My phone number is 310-807-1998, and I'll prompt you with what to do from there. So until next time, stay abundant, stay happy, stay motivated, stay driven, stay focused, and all the other beautiful things. Life is beautiful. No regrets on our deathbed. Chat soon. Thanks.